Nonuncle Infinity opens the door. Nonuncle Infinity opens the door. Wait for the answer to open the door. Nonuncle Infinity opens the door. Wow! Hey everybody, welcome to the 7th episode of the Temporary Uncles podcast. We're once again a week late.
What? You didn't let me come here at episode 69?
I might bring... Well, we've got a guest on today, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe don't sit too far away from the mic, just in case.
Don't get too relaxed, otherwise we won't be able to hear you.
Yeah.
I am just a mouse.
This is James.
Yo.
James is a boy.
No, I'm a girl.
With a good voice.
I'm a
This is a
vocal...
boy.
James...
I'm actually a Vocaloid program.
Oh, that's why your voice sounds so cool.
I know.
Hatsune James.
Oh,
James,
God.
James, go to the microphone and do some molasses.
But excuse me?
Diabetes.
Yes, James is known in our friend group as having a good voice to do things with.
Hey.
But you see,
He can do a very good Morgan Freeman impression.
I doubt that.
I'd like to
Or
hear
you
it.
could.
Compared to my Mel Brooks, how good is your Morgan Freeman?
You could do like...
I am God. Nah. I don't have his groan.
This is mine. I do Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
I can smell you.
That's CNN.
I've been rewatching CNNers recently.
Same.
So yeah, he just kind of that Morgan Freeman video came up on my feed again, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just watch some CNNers again. It's been a while. He's got like 5 million subscribers now. So
Yeah, he's not getting the same views, I don't think.
well, no, because his videos are 10 minutes long now.
Yeah, but
They
funny
have
thing
to be.
about my voice though, I told you that when I was in primary school, I was a soprano in
Yeah.
my choir.
Yeah.
I had a really high voice when I was a kid, so
Yeah.
it just flipped the switch.
You're
Oh,
a
no,
voice soprano.
mine was like that as well. If I ever managed to find some of my old videos from when I was like 9 or 10, and my voice is quite high pitched. In fact, I think at the beginning of this channel, it's not particularly deep either.
No, well,
And then-
you began this channel, what, 5 years ago?
Whoa.
Coming on 6,
Really?
2012 was when I
So
started.
you were a young man, you just turned 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were right in the midst of your pubis,
Yes.
and back then you were a little
Well, I wasn't
little
like
bitchy.
I wasn't like this. I was like just a little
Whoa.
more high pitched than I am now. It wasn't particularly deep, but like it wasn't a high pitched voice.
Yeah, not quite.
My high pitched voices were back in the days of Nintendo Waffle 10.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
back in this stick figures on cracked era.
Yeah, I think it was something like funny stick men doing. I can't remember. What it
Funny
was.
stickman dwarf.
Do it funny. I did
Back
do
then.
another pivot video on this channel called like Pivot Randomness or some shit. But I didn't delete it because I thought it was still
Randomosity,
Kinda funny.
moo cow, spork.
I feel like maybe I should do a sequel, but it's been like 5 years since I made it.
I think
so-
like the first thing I ever did, like you talked about like the pivot the program.
yeah,
Just do stick
pivot
animation.
stick figure.
I think the first thing I did was a mock meat spin. That's all
Oh
I made.
man,
Meat?
I didn't even know about meat spin. I just do this stick man dick wave around.
Oh
close the
right,
program.
okay. So you weren't familiar with the.
I
with the
was
works
not
of,
familiar.
of Mr. Spin.
Mr.
It's
Spin.
Just, you just felt something within you.
That was one of
at the
those
time you
things
had
that, like-
pivot at your fingertips.
that was one of those things back in the like, I wouldn't say early days of the internet, but like early days of meme-ness in our school as well.
Yeah, that was when people
That was
sort
one-
of
Meat spin was at its peak popularity in our school in like year 8.
Yeah, it was only popular from like word of mouth. Like it wasn't on the
exactly.
internet or anything.
No.
you'd hear about it, and people would then leave it, and they would turn the monitor off, and then wait for someone to come and get on the computer.
Yeah, but every
and it
now
would just be a spinning.
every
cock.
now and then it would be like these guys just showing each other the video in the locker room because like the boys' locker room is one of those things where it's like all the macho dudes thinking that they're macho but actually being really gay.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I like remember a story. Well, no, I've got a weirder story than that. Like of a kid just dropping his pants whilst we were playing down ball and asking people to look at his dick, and he was like 10.
Was it you?
So
No.
this was Catholic school, was it?
No,
Yes,
this
Ben
was
and I-
at my primary school.
James and I went to the same school for a good like 4 years because you came in the middle of
Yeah.
like year 9,
Yes,
I think.
in
Yeah.
year 9.
Yeah.
I spent like 3 weeks at the junior campus to get comfortable with it, and then we moved to the senior campus, so it was all
Yeah.
pointless in the end.
Pretty much, yeah. You came in like term 4 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. But
I liked it though because I got out of my history homework at my other school.
Now it's odd that we're doing a bit of reminiscing because James is still a relatively new character to me, although you two have known each other for a while, and
Yeah.
I've heard about the mystique that is
you have
James.
met.
We've met.
We met when we were like 1. Well, you didn't see me.
Oh no!
Well, when
How did
Ben is like,
I'm older than you?
yeah.
If anything, you would be the oblivious babe on the floor trying to suck your own foot, and I'd walk in and go, "Hey,
Well, you
Well, as like
well,
a little,
as like a 2-year-old.
yeah."
What?
Hey,
As a wise and elder,
he was
2-year-old.
already a frat boy at 2. Hey.
Ben was already an old Jewish man at the age of 2.
I was born at the age of 93.
Ben, you're very well going to grow into an old man. You're going to be a very good old man.
He's still gonna be impersonating
he's
old
already
man as an old man.
He's
though.
already like shorter than all of his friends.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I have a fantasy about really inhabiting my elderliness. Like when I get old, I'm going to take all of my own problems and then just amplify them and complain about them in an even raspier tone. And there won't be real problems. I'll be like, oh my back, oh they didn't have any pumpernickel at the deli.
Because Ben,
And it'll be a
when
character,
he
it'll be a
becomes
fabrication.
when he becomes an old man, he's going to grow a New York accent for no
Yeah,
reason.
but the thing is, I don't get to do that now as a baby-faced 20-year-old, right?
I wouldn't say you're baby faced.
I get accused of being a school child all the time at work.
Really, with a nose like that?
You could be young and Jewish.
You're going to grow into that nose eventually.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a really good
Although,
40-year-old
weirdly-
who stays in and
Well, the thing is,
reads science
your
reports.
nose.
The
I
nose
think your
grows.
nose and your ears are the things that get big. They just keep growing.
They never
as you
stop.
age.
I won't get
Yeah.
to grow into my nose.
No,
my nose will outgrow me for all time.
for all
That
time.
reminds me of you ever hear about the Japanese guy that killed a woman so that he could eat her in order to grow bigger?
No,
No,
I
I
didn't
did
hear
not.
that.
He was born extremely prematurely to the point where his father held him in one palm of his hand.
So it was like Voldemort
When he
in,
was,
in,
like, 10.
episode 4.
and
he held him in the palm of his hand when he was 10 years old.
Oh, no, but like he did not grow large at all. He
No.
was this tiny man, and then he got obsessed with like these women, these Aryan women, like blonde hair, blue eyes, these Western women.
Yeah, and
because
thus-
he was Japanese, he idolized them and he wanted to eat them because he thought if he ate something, it would fill him and make him bigger. And then he's still alive to this day, free.
It clearly hadn't worked for like the previous however long it took for him to figure that out. Because eating things didn't make him grow bigger.
No, he only ate the one. He murdered her with like a silenced gun
Yeah.
when like he enticed her to come to her house to help him with some poetry or something.
Yeah.
Killed her, did other things. I'm not sure how. What's the rating of this podcast?
Explicit.
Because there are only a handful of people that listen to this, it's about how comfortable Cat Lover is with things.
You're obsessed with this person.
Because they're like one of the visible people that comment. what they've got
Speaking
to
of
say.
cats, though, look at Buckley over there.
He's
He's so relaxed. I want to
doesn't
take a
give a
photo. I'm just gonna
shit.
take a photo of it.
you gotta put it on some way.
He's a cool cat.
Speaking of murder, with like what you were talking about, you
Good
were
segue.
you were in a short film that I did last year.
Oh yes, there
Well,
was murder.
That I shot last year
Murder.
and then uploaded like
It didn't
in
even
January.
twig that was you. I remember you saying, "Oh yeah, I've got an actor friend, and he does things." And I'd met you before you shot that film.
Yeah.
And then I met you again after that at. But both times we've been in the same room. I think it's
yeah.
been where it was a party for Nick.
Yeah.
And I hadn't gone. Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. James was murdered in that video as well.
Yes.
He
It's
fertilized.
not-
Chris's
how
belly.
ironic it was that like I basically for a silent film I cast my friend who's a really good voice actor.
Yeah, that's why you felt guilty and invited me here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To make up, we'd
Yes.
have to do an all audio format.
Buckley, get off that.
Don't eat the vinyl.
Fucks. That was my fault though. I shouldn't have put it there. I'm gonna put it on top of the vinyl player now.
You are such a bad kitty, Garm Felf.
Put it
Anyway,
into perspective.
well,
the cat just
yeah, Ben-
catapulted
Ben,
a valuable vinyl.
it was a late birthday present from Ben because he didn't get me anything
Because I'm just
beforehand.
a bad person.
Well, no, because you wanted to know if I had a record player, and then the actual gift didn't get there in time. And speaking of that, like that's when you guys met, not for the first time, but you met there when we went to see Ready Player One together. I vlogged that birthday party and I still have yet to finish editing it.
I was gonna say, I didn't see that.
No, I still have yet. It's one of those videos that's just like really, for some reason, I haven't finished editing. Like there's almost no reason for me to have not finished editing it.
Because you didn't give a shit.
It's one of those videos that's on my incredibly long backlog of videos that I don't really need to record anything else, and yet I keep adding to the backlog.
Up with.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Is that allowed to be discussed, or is that a secret?
Yeah, that's
Do we have to keep that
that's
under
a
wraps?
secret. I'm gonna believe what you say.
Along with me.
No, I've got a long backlog. I've got like a Portal 2 Let's Play I did with my brother.
The boy.
I've got like that top 17 movies of 2017 video, and I recorded that in January and still haven't finished editing it because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
From now on, can we only refer to Chris as the boy?
The boy.
We can't use his name anymore. That's the only thing. Don't wiggle your eyebrows at me, you juvenile bastard.
Yeah, the boy is in the room. Just so the audience know who Ben was talking to.
He can hear. He knows we're talking about him.
And then there's Buckley over there. He looks so surprised because of that voice you did.
You didn't recognize that, did
He
you?
looks. Oh, that is not the best position for him to be in. He looks so fat.
It was one of the many characters that I can inhabit, and you're not familiar with my wide range.
Oh yes. Anyway, speaking of Ready Player One, what did you guys think of the movie anyway?
I really liked it. I like how they didn't let the pop culture references overthrow the movie.
No.
That was the one thing I was worried about.
How amazing was that The Shining sequence?
That was good.
It was especially good for someone like me who loves the movie The Shining. It's my favorite horror movie. So
It really makes me want to re-watch and replay some things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did find it weird that the very first thing we see in the Oasis was Minecraft.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
that's...
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's not a joke. If you haven't seen the movie, the very first thing we see of the Oasis, the virtual reality world, is Minecraft.
Yeah, there is a little issue with the references that are contemporary now that they bring up because of how intrinsic to the plot retro references are. You go,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well they made that reference about a film from 1982
Yeah.
or something. But when they go, hey, did you see that Twitch stream? You sort of go,
Yeah, they should have just said stream.
yeah, because people understand what that to stream is a verb, and so
Yeah.
you'd think that by
Or even just
2040
at
whatever
least
it is,
live stream.
Yeah.
Then, you know?
we know what you mean by saying, hey, did you see the stream?
Yeah.
Because that,
Well, live stream. In case
Yeah.
people who are old don't know what a stream is, they'll think, oh, did you see the stream? And then they imagine like a river.
Did you see that bubbling brook? There was a really interesting rainbow trout.
The bubbling brooks!
That's what they're
See,
going to
that's my
change.
impression of your impression of Mel Brooks.
Well, we should go further. We should then get someone to do an impression of your impression of my impression of Mel Brooks.
James?
Uh,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey.
They what I did find odd about Ready Player One was that as you were saying with the contemporary references, it's pretty self-explanatory that
It's on the nose.
no, well these people make their own skins, of course. So like having someone be Tracer from Overwatch isn't that weird because they can just make
anyone
that.
can be Hannibal Lecter in this
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the Oasis.
So yeah, by people dressing up as Tracer, they're making the assumption that people know what Overwatch is in the 2030s. Is that when it's set?
I think it's 2045.
In the 2040s, that people remember what Overwatch is, and then later when people watch this film, if people watch this film 20 years from now,
Yeah.
that people are going to recognize anyone in it.
Well, okay, so like I'm surprised that they didn't put like Mario and Sonic in this movie.
Oh, they probably have to pay money
But
for
they
that.
put in like Overwatch characters.
Yeah, they probably just rang up Blizzard.
Like,
and went, hey, can
okay,
we
so
use
something
Tracer?
like Mechagodzilla. That's timeless.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know who Mechagodzilla is, it's just a giant robot lizard.
Everyone loves robots.
Something like Tracer, if Overwatch isn't still in fashion 20 years from now, which I can probably guarantee it won't be, because
Yeah.
it's now being replaced by Fortnite. But the Tracer, it just kind of looks like this woman in a tight suit with like glasses on. It just kind of looks like generic sci-fi woman who can run fast. So it doesn't have to be Tracer. Like if you're watching the movie in the future and you're like, for some reason you're fixating on this character, you'd just be like, oh, it's just a cool sci-fi woman's skin.
Yeah, well,
know?
you can get context cues from what you're watching. So
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, you can look at it and go, oh, well, I assume that this is a character. But if you don't
Yeah.
know who the character is, You can make an inference, but you won't go,
Well,
oh,
you could-
Tracer.
Yeah, you could just go. Well, yeah, exactly. Because we know what Overwatch is, we know what she is.
But the whole
if we
purpose is for people to look at it and go, oh yeah, Tracer, and not, oh yeah, a pretty shoot woman.
yeah,
Pretty shoot woman.
Australian long shoot man. that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Oh god, that's probably true though. Like,
Daddy.
if there was a TF2 character, some people wouldn't know who that was.
Yeah, exactly. If there, it would be. I would have been more freaking out if there was a TF2 character in the movie than if there was a Overwatch character, because I don't give a shit about Overwatch.
Well, because TF2 is, even though it's not that old, it's still a little more retro
It's
than
at,
Overwatch.
it's at least 10 years old.
It came out.
2007.
Yeah, wow.
Or at least that was at least when it went free to play. Was that when it came out?
Wasn't it always free to play?
No.
it wasn't.
Originally, you could buy it, and there was the proof of purchase was a little World War II
Oh, that's
Tommy
right.
hat.
Yeah.
That's right. There was the vintage stuff.
I think
Yeah.
it either became free to play in 2007 or it was made in 2007. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either
There
or,
there was also Team Fortress Classic,
Yeah.
which was just called Team Fortress when it came out, but now is called Team Fortress Classic.
Yeah.
Because Steam can rename games. You know that?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Shovel Knight was originally just called Shovel Knight. Now it's Shovel Knight and it has a subtitle. I can't remember.
Because of all the things that all the DLC and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the sequel bits that have
Yeah.
come after it.
Yeah.
can
Like
imagine
how
just-
Star Wars was just Star Wars, and then it was Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They
Yeah.
could prank someone by doing that, just like have it change into some really erotic title, and then your mum looks at your Steam game list and it's like, "What are you playing there,
Yeah.
Sonny?"
Doki
And,
Doki literature.
Well, yeah.
Fucky kill stab.
One thing I was surprised about Ready Player One was how boring the credits were.
Yeah.
Yeah, both the opening and closing credits of the movie were incredibly dull. It was just black screen with white text.
I was expecting it to be something sort of like along the lines of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, even the Warner Brothers logo was just the basic Warner Brothers logo.
Yeah.
Tintin had a cool opening title sequence.
No, I think
And-
Tintin. Yeah, it had an opening title. Yeah.
But it didn't change the logos or anything at the beginning of the movie. They didn't change the Warner Brothers logo, which is fine. Like, it'd be fine if they didn't change the Warner Brothers logo as long as they had a really cool looking opening title sequence.
Are you trying to play the Wii?
Yeah. What are you... Anyway. The boy is playing the Wii on his laptop.
He's not. He's just holding the Wii remote.
Or
Always
attempting,
distracted the boy.
yeah, or attempting to play the Wii on his laptop.
Never serious
Anyway,
the boy.
but like, yeah, Tintin and Catch Me If You Can, and those movies had pretty cool opening title sequences. And yet Ready Player One was just black.
I don't know, maybe it's just to
Yeah.
offset all of the pretty that was
Maybe-
the film.
maybe.
Well, the
There
thing
were
is, that,
tiny
like,
Easter eggs.
the amazing thing is, the movie that was one of the movies where you could get away with doing something like that. Like, surprisingly, Pacific Rim Uprising had a really cool looking Warner Brothers logo that was like made to look like one of the holograms in the movie, right? And even Game Night, a Hollywood comedy, a mainstream Hollywood comedy, they had the opening titles, the opening logos come in as game pieces. Like it's like this sequence of these purple game pieces, like chess, battleship, Monopoly, all these other game pieces, and then like the Warner Brothers and New Line logos look like game pieces.
Oh,
It's really cool. That was a really well made movie, Game Night, by the way.
I didn't see it.
James and I saw that. We saw it in
Yes,
V
that's
Junior,
right.
and we invited you, but you couldn't. You didn't come
Yeah.
because you're gay.
Yeah, I thought I hadn't watched it at first because when I heard you say Game Night, I immediately thought what like
Rooster
Knight.
Is that okay?
So I thought there was like this night of game.
But yeah, no, Game Night was a really well made movie, I think. It's incredibly well edited and well shot and all that stuff. And really well written too. For a mainstream Hollywood comedy, you know?
But because I was having sex with a man, I couldn't join you.
Yeah, exactly.
He had his own game night.
Steve.
Ooh!
It was a gay night.
Speaking of gay people, Mark Zuckerberg's in the news recently. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg's been in the news lately, and he's not gay, but a robot.
Hey,
Yeah, everyone's...
all robots are gay.
Are
everyone
they
knows
gay
that.
robots?
C-3PO?
Oh boy.
He's not gay, he's British.
What's the
He's
difference?
camp. I don't know, I think
Is he gay or
C-3PO and
European?
C-3PO and R2-D2 are pretty
The
gay.
Maker! No, they hate each other. Or at least
Compare C-3PO and R2-D2 to the gay couple from Modern Family.
Yeah.
They are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay?
I was talking about like Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels. Really,
Oh, no, I meant the characters of C-3PO and R2-D2.
They put up with each other. They're like a Rimmer and Lister.
They're like an old gay married couple. Like the two who
Shouldn't
bicker
talk about Rimmer in the context of gay.
They bicker at each other constantly. I didn't even hear what you said. You're just laughing like Jimmy Carr over here.
No,
I'm
no,
still-
that's.
I'm still just picturing like if someone to like put a golden sheen on Mark Zuckerberg, it would probably be Z3PO.
Yeah, he'd look like C-3PO, but Mark Zuckerberg's face is just too. He looks like an
It's
android.
like he was just like he's the default generation of a 3D program.
Well, he kind of
You
just
want to
just
make
kinda
man? Here is Mark.
He
I
just
mean, I
kinda
think
looks
he is a
pretty
high-functioning
default.
autistic man. I think he may
Potentially,
he may have
He could
Asperger's.
also be a robot. Have
Yeah.
you seen the GIF of him drinking water
Yeah.
at the hearing?
I'm
like-
going to apply hydration to my oral fixture.
Yeah, or like the way he drinks water, he. You right there? The way
Sorry,
he drinks
I
water
was
in
my
that
pants back up.
in that trial is he picks it up really slowly, studies the glass, takes the tiniest sip, studies the glass again, and then puts it down.
Oh, what's
Running
that fucking movie
drink.exe.
Yeah.
What's that fucking movie that has a bunch of people piloting a man?
Dave.
Dave.
Meet Dave.
Fucking Mark is the new Dave.
Yes, Mark is Meet Dave.
If only.
Except white. They're whitewashed Meet Dave
Oh,
to create Facebook.
Like I was saying before, it's like freaking Twitch stream Mark.
Are they
Yeah.
going to do the Social Network but with all black people?
What,
Like
there
The
would be
Wiz
no-
or
the thing
Black
is,
Panther?
They
I'm
can't.
trying to think of a horrible,
They
like,
can't,
racist
though.
Facebook
They
name.
can't though because it's based on a true story and Mark Zuckerberg is a white man.
The way he.
The Wiz isn't based on a true story.
The way
I know
he
it's
drinks
not.
The water.
Hold on,
I
need to
know
see
The
this real
Wiz
quick.
isn't based on a true
That
story.
was a question. I was shocked that you were saying that
Oh.
The Wiz wasn't.
He's like
No.
so reluctant
Dorothy
to drink
d-
the water.
What's who's Dorothy in The Wiz? Is she just Dorothy or is she like
I
LaQuisha?
can't remember. I haven't seen The Wiz.
LaQuanda didn't fly up in a tornado from Kansas.
Why didn't you think of a name starting with D like Daquanda?
What the fuck?
Because DeQuanda is not a name.
Dakisha.
Okay, I just saw a video.
Dynasty.
The boy just
No,
showed me.
Shady Nasty.
The boy just showed me a video of the Mark drinking the water, and
The
he
Zuck.
looks like he is concerned for his life
Yeah.
in his eyes. Like he
The
looks
Zuck.
like Eminem trying to think of a rap. He's just like focusing on the ground,
Yeah.
like he's staring laser
You've seen
beams
him.
into
You've
it.
seen the way he just.
Shit, what rhymes with spaghetti?
You've seen Forgetty. Regretty.
Keeps on spaghetti.
Rigetti. You've seen him the way he like has this like serious face, then smiles, then goes back to the serious face.
It's like the program. Like, there's this one dude manning the happy
Yeah.
face button. Like I haven't pressed it in a minute. I have to
Yeah,
press it
yeah,
now.
Because
Exactly.
I imagine that his publicist has whispered in his ear, if you say something and then laugh, then they may think you're joking, and then you'll get off.
Then they gave him a booster seat. Did you see that?
Yes.
They gave him a booster seat, and then there's also like just gifs of his face just malfunctioning. You know.
Mr.
like he-
Zuckerberg, did you misuse people's personal information?
I did say.
And then he
Yeah.
does this, and he does this. Like he does a face like that, where his like top lip has just disappeared.
I like how you say a face like that in a podcast.
That's the result.
That's
of his,
why I described the face afterwards.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's the result of his humor program.
Yeah.
That's the. Oh yes, Senator.
What the hell are you doing, Buckley?
Cat's doing yoga.
You better sort yourself out, Bucko. You better make your bed.
The thing is, he's doing that thing where cats go into they go into a circle, but he's doing it vertically instead of horizontally.
He's doing it where he eats his own tail and becomes infinity.
So he's just got his like top half. He's basically folded himself in half.
He's an Ouroboros feline.
Buckley, you're so funny, Buckley. I'm just gonna take.
Why didn't the Egyptians make
Aw.
a sphinx in this position?
Yeah.
Because it was too difficult. Because if there was an erosion, then the Sphinx would just become a blob with a head.
Maybe that's what the pyramids are. The pyramids are actually cats.
It was a previous attempt at making a cat that had curled itself into a ball, but now it's just a four-sided slanty fuck.
Don't talk about my cat like that.
Is it worse to accuse the Egyptians of that or your cat?
Don't talk about my pussy like that.
The boy.
I love that. That's your first. That's the first thing you say in the podcast.
Your foray
Christopher.
into the podcast is about your pussy.
I'm gonna piss here.
Thanks for dabbing for us.
That was
You're gonna piss standing or sitting?
the people at home don't get to
Both.
appreciate that performance, but that was a really elaborate dab dance. I loved it.
Dabbing is such a dead meme.
I hate it because I sneeze like that. Just because
I sneeze into my.
Because you want to
into
be
my-
Yeah.
hygienic.
I sneeze into my elbow, but I don't dab when I do
Yeah, I don't do
it.
the other hand, but people, even if you just do the one arm, people still think you're dabbing, and it's
Well,
just like,
I
why?
do it as a joke. Like
What-
I say, "Oh, nice dab, bro,"
Yeah.
as a joke. But speaking of dead memes, what do you think of your Yodel boy?
No, God.
Now, you young men are going to have to explain Yodel Boy to me.
Well, yeah, because this
We can just show the video.
yeah, exactly.
Put it
I'm
real
just
close
gonna
to the
look
mic
it
so
up.
they
Show
can
it to
hear
me.
the crack in his voice
Right,
that
this is-
everyone is just jizzing
Basically, it's actually a video that was pretty funny in its own right. It's a video of just a boy in a Walmart for no reason, just yodeling. He's just doing a yodeling.
so much
This is
better
my
if he
first
just wasn't
exposure to the
yodeling.
Yodel Boy, people.
Yeah.
Fucking the first bit.
Just in the middle of a Walmart yodeling. Now this video would have been funny on its own, right? If people didn't meme the hell out of it. And it stopped being funny.
I'm really curious about the circumstances as to why he's singing.
It
Exactly.
sounds like if you slowed down Crazy Frog.
And then of course people went too far with it. They made like the Yodel Boy trap remix, which I mean was pretty obviously gonna happen anyway. But then people just it became too popular to be considered a meme anymore.
Darude Yodel Storm.
You know, some things they become so popular they're not a meme anymore. They're just popular.
Like if it
pop
appears on
culture
Ellen,
kind of
does
thing.
it then get ruined?
He did. He appeared on Ellen.
God.
He went on the Ellen show, which immediately. I mean, the meme was dead before he went on the Ellen show, but the Ellen show just buried the meme.
What the hell did they interview him on?
I don't know.
You don't
Anyway,
practice in front of like your nan. You practice in Walmart.
yeah. Anyway, he got on stage at Coachella.
Yeah.
They gave him a slot at Coachella.
After Queens of the Stone Age went on, they then brought out Yodel Boy.
Yeah.
And this is all because of 20 seconds of footage. Like,
No,
if
no,
we...
2 minutes.
Was 2
Is that how
well,
the whole
20
thing-
seconds was all that really mattered.
Yeah.
I doubt anyone really stayed there and listened to
I didn't watch
Yodel
the
for 2
thing.
minutes.
I stopped at 20 seconds
Exactly.
just then.
Like, if we just had 20 seconds in this podcast that got put on a video and put on YouTube and then we got 7 million views, then what would we do with our life? Oh my god, we're set.
It
just
would be
because...
worse than Spubby.
Yeah.
just because it randomly got out.
Yeah, and it's this thing happens a lot with people just going on TV or going on the internet, doing something absolutely stupid, and then becoming famous for it, and getting millions of people invested in them.
Well, it's because people can, if there is something that you can condense into something that
Yeah.
short, it means that it's a good product. If you can explain a brand in 10 words or less,
Yeah.
it's a good product.
Exactly, the exact same thing happened to Danielle Brigoli,
Catch me outside, girl.
aka the Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
It seems like we're just in a climax society where everyone wants that one big moment, that ejaculation, and then they're done.
They don't even need the full thing. They
Yeah.
just need the quote. Cash
Lots of
me
little
outside,
memes,
how
yeah.
about that? Then that became a meme, and then it became too popular to be considered a meme anymore, much like the Yodel Boy. The Yodel Boy is the Cash Me Outside of 2018.
Yeah.
Well, it's in part a lot of youth
Because
culture
then-
and in part adults trying to get into youth
Yeah,
culture.
exactly. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I have friends who genuinely think the Yodel Boy is, like, funny after the meme being dead because they're basic. They're normies. Like, I hate to use the word normies, but, I mean, I can't think of another word to use.
Normies.
Well, there is the implication that because you're such a high art contributor to and you watch fucking black and white French films, that obviously you're above Yodel Boy. But
I'm not above other people. I don't consider...
no, it's I don't.
I
you're
don't
not-
like to
you're
think-
Not really.
I
but-
don't like to think of myself as thinking of myself as above people, but part of me does.
Yeah, well,
You know, it's the same thing that happened to the Rick and Morty fandom, is that there were genuine people who thought that they were above everyone else
Yeah.
for watching the show.
and then people
now
go
it's
in on the meme.
now that yeah, exactly. So sometimes you'll get like, I mean, I think most comments you'll find on the internet where it says, "Oh, you have to have a high IQ to enjoy blank."
Yeah.
It's pretty like on the nose.
It's like humble bragging, basically.
well, not
Yeah.
even humble bragging. It's making fun of
yeah.
itself.
But it's secondhand humbleness, where like when you say something, then it loses its value. Like you do a good deed for someone, and then you advertise
Yeah.
it, then it loses its value.
But
Yeah,
I feel like
it's about
even
integrity, yeah.
even meme culture in the people who say, "Oh, this was on the Ellen show, therefore it died." It's already in and of itself a form of self-righteousness. You know, there are people who are gatekeepers to the meme, not letting a meme become too popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like going, oh well, because you enjoy it, it's not good anymore. Because when I enjoyed it, it was special and it was for me.
It's the people who make fun of hipsters for saying, "Oh, it's too mainstream and I don't like it anymore," that then go on to say that something is too mainstream, therefore it is no longer valid.
Yeah, well, in part because we're all guilty of it. In part because a lot of the time we find identity in the things that we enjoy, and when you find something that you think only you enjoy, that's special, and that's part of your identity. Because you then become the Rick and Morty dude. But when it's you and a billion people that go, Szechuan sauce, it becomes less special, and then you feel less special.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's not even just that. It's some people. Yeah, there is that some people like to think that. But then there's also the whole stigma of popular culture is stupid.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of popular stuff is stupid. Just go by, like, who are some really, really famous YouTubers? People like
Jake
Lele
Paul.
Pons, the Paul brothers, the Fine brothers. Lots of stupid, badly made content, right? But they're so popular, and they must be popular for a reason. I guess we're the outsiders in this situation. The thing is, we think of ourselves as so high and mighty because we don't like this stupid stuff. But maybe, just maybe, because we're the outsiders in this situation, maybe we're wrong.
Yeah, it's like maybe the children are. What's the Principal Skinner quote?
yeah. No, it can't be me. It's the children who are wrong.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So in part, like, trash pop culture has existed since pop culture has been. Since we've
bad,
been able to communicate,
bad culture has existed forever. Like, there have been people who trash Shakespeare plays because they're too popular, you know?
God, I hate
they
Shakespeare.
Yeah, because they're full of dick and fart jokes and they're written for the common man. So
love
people may
Shakespeare,
have gone, what, The Tempest? But but now that it's sort of rare to like it, if you're a theater goer, you can huff your own farts and feel good about it.
I hope that doesn't happen to the Paul brothers, though. Because not only is, I feel like we are in the right. I don't want to be that self-righteous prick, but I feel like people who hate the Paul brothers are in the right, you know? I mean, because obviously there are 7 billion people in the world who don't watch the Paul brothers. There are just the 10 million that do. But the thing is, they are so ingrained in YouTube culture that they are being sponsored and made more popular by YouTube, right? Because they are popular. The thing is, YouTube doesn't only care about what's popular, they care about what gets them the most money with kids specifically.
Well, because kids are such a driving force in their audience. Because kids can swamp things.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, they can just take their parents' credit cards and
exactly. Which is why boy bands become so popular as well, because they're targeted towards teenage girls who, with their hormones, don't know what to do with their life. I highly recommend listening to the Bo Burnham song "Repeat Stuff." It's
I was
perfect,
literally thinking that.
Yeah, it's a perfect satire on like pop culture and boy band culture.
Yeah, a lot of this is about how easy things are to produce. If you can produce things for very little money and little effort, and then receive a huge reward, then that's excellent. That's a great business model for you. And so, if you can promote short attention spans and low quality content, then you can pump out that shit like it's nothing.
Not only are the Paul brothers bad content, but they're also
bad people,
bad role models.
Yeah,
like they've done things over and over and over to like that would get a smaller channel banned from YouTube. Things like showing a dead body, tasing a dead rat, having like sex on camera for the thumbnail. Shit like this. And then, like, you know, they just get demonetized for a week instead. But someone like Oni Plays says, like, faggot too many times in a video, and they have to start bleeping their videos because they're getting demonetized. The whole Adpocalypse thing happened because PewDiePie made a Jew joke in one of his videos.
I thought it was because he said
No, that happened afterwards. But it's because in an actually really funny thing that happened, right?
Yeah.
And like the Jewish community of YouTube said it was funny as well. They were on board with it. They thought it was a hilarious video. And yet Wall Street Journal and traditional journalism, like the people who watch on YouTube, that kind of people, they went off on PewDiePie for anti-Semitism, being a Nazi and all this shit, right?
Well, a big problem with that is most people that kick up a stink about racism or sexism often aren't the victims of it,
Yeah.
but they virtue signal and they want to kick up a stink on behalf of someone
it's the
else.
kinds of people who's like, I'm sorry for being white. It's like, if I could be black, I would
It's
be.
like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like,
But
if
the
I
thing
were
is,
a black
there
man,
are-
I would be upset if
But
someone
there
said
are
to me,
lots
dude,
of-
I wish I was black.
The thing is, there are lots of people who genuinely feel sorry for the race that they are a part of because of the fact that white people cause so much injustice. Yes, they did, but we didn't, so we shouldn't have to feel too ashamed. I mean, obviously we should feel ashamed for what our ancestors did, but we shouldn't feel ashamed for what race we are because of what our ancestors did, you know?
Or you should feel empathy for the people that were treated poorly.
Exactly.
But you shouldn't go, my whiteness, well, I'm carrying on the white, because that's a eugenic idea.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not just that, like, the white people feel sorry for being white because white people in the past did bad things. There are genuine people in minorities who believe that all white people are bad because there are lots of bad white people.
all those
you know?
people are idiots.
Yeah.
And going back to like the YouTube like demonetization in the Wall Street Journal, like you'll notice all these are like left-sided.
Yeah.
And let's just say the left side loves to censor things.
They like...
Yeah.
The thing is, I would consider myself left-leaning rather than right-leaning. But there are so many left-leaning people that cause so much censorship.
Yeah.
It's really hard to really empathize with the left side. But it's also hard to empathize with the right side because they're incredibly, like the far-leaning right side.
You
They're
might be
extremely
what's called
racist.
a traditional liberal. So
Yeah.
as in, you are about freedom of speech and about the individual being able to do what they want and not stepping on other people's toes.
Yeah.
But you're not part of the what's called the recessive left, where
Yeah.
it's about pushing back against people that they believe to be offensive.
Yeah, but the thing is, I hate racism, I hate sexism, and all that shit. Like, I hate it all. It should not be a thing. But offensive, I feel like offensive language and stuff like that is fine in a humorous context when you're not actually aiming to hurt someone's feelings.
Exactly.
When your aim is not to hurt someone's feelings, your aim is to make someone laugh.
Yeah.
When your aim is to hurt someone's feelings, that's where freedom of speech becomes weird, because one, I respect someone's right to say something, but two, I don't respect what they're saying.
The following rant has been removed from this episode for being too serious and going against the humorous nature which we strive for with this podcast. Please enjoy the rest of these funny boys, I mean funny uncles. Hee hee, funcles.
I've been getting the same ad over and over, and it's so annoying because it's like, it's a 5-second ad about this like light thing.
I'm getting that
The
ad
fucking
too.
in the toilet?
Yes!
Why?
And
Yes!
it's like the first 2 seconds silence, and then suddenly
Banjo
it's like,
music.
it'll be like a ukulele
Yeah.
at like 10 times the sound of the
Wagga-dagga-dagga-dam,
video.
bam, bam.
Like I'll be like,
And it cuts
and I'll
off
have to-
as well.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have to turn the volume down.
I thought I was the only one getting these.
What?
weird
Why
ads.
are we
getting these? Okay, we gotta make a conspiracy theory on the
Yeah.
toilet.
Oh, but the thing is, I'm also getting
the
ads
toilet
for like...
is Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm also getting weird ads for just like, those weird CG nursery rhyme videos as well,
I'm not.
I'm getting weird ads like that on Only Plays videos.
I haven't been
So-
getting those, but I have been getting like the 2.5 second ad
Yeah.
for nothing in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't make me want to buy this product. It makes me.
It
be
makes
like,
me
oh,
confused.
It makes me want
I
to
know
find
what
the
this.
It makes me want to find the channel that this is posted on and block them so that I won't get the ad anymore.
It
Oh, can
makes
you
me
do that?
look
Yeah.
at this product and go, yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Because when I go to the toilet at night, I turn the light
light
on
on.
so
Yeah.
I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, and even if you were to only use a toilet light, it would just illuminate like your genitals, and you'd be like,
Well, the thing is,
"Wee!"
it wouldn't. It would only illuminate the toilet bowl, and your dick would still be in the shadows.
Yeah,
And,
so
like, it
you'd
would-
have to still sit down,
And
which
if-
you would do in the dark anyway.
If
Yeah.
you weren't actually hitting inside the bowl of the toilet, if you were hitting, the rim or, God forbid, the floor, you wouldn't see it because the only bit that is illuminated is the bowl.
Yeah.
So you
some
have to.
test pedals. Just
Yeah.
nope,
And
missed.
like,
So yeah, might as well just sit down, and there's still no point to having a toilet.
Yeah, then
light.
you just have illuminated crotch.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't-
It would maybe make sense if the light would illuminate the whole room, and if it was like an ensuite that like you couldn't close a door to. But
Yeah,
because
but then it would be blinding.
But yeah,
the
because-
toilet of glory.
But like the thing is,
Jeez.
it doesn't advertise the product. It's
Yeah.
like 3 seconds of this like probably shot on iPhone of this guy walking up to the toilet, and then
I don't
That's
even.
the thing is, but the thing is, but before there was the toilet one, because there were a couple of variations. Before I saw the toilet one, it would be like there would be like a table and a coffee mug, and it would be
Yeah.
silence for a second. You get the banjo music, and I wasn't sure what the product was,
No.
who the audience was for, and so there were a couple different ones that were like that, like innocuous, just like a scene with out of focus shit and banjo music.
See now,
And, like,
the ads themselves that are being played on videos mean nothing.
Yeah.
Like these are just 5-second videos that now allow someone to get both ad revenue on their video that's being advertised and the video that has the advertisement on.
It's not even about like Coca-Cola pulling out and YouTube not making money.
No.
Because now the only people that are advertising are weird things. Because
Yeah.
and like you know what I think? Because like the music starts like 2 seconds in, and then it just cuts off. You know what I think? I think they were quote unquote editing it and accidentally moved this like the sound layer forward.
I reckon it's on purpose. Is because you start your video and you hear nothing. You hear sounds. You go, what's that? And then you look back at your window and then you go, what is this
like,
product?
I
And then you
We've
get
been talking
fucking
about
banjo
we've been
music.
talking about this particular ad for way longer than we should be talking about.
Because
this
it's
particular
ruining
ad.
my life, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My life
what
has
I-
become the illuminated toilet bowl.
What I do want to know is how the hell did they even get their ad on YouTube?
Because
surely you
Because
gotta
they
give
paid
some.
YouTube.
Because they paid money to have it like
How does
promoted.
that
Have you
company
seen that
get
thing?
money?
And that's why it's so
It's,
short.
no,
because
it's
the ad
it's a
budget
business
was
plan.
tiny.
The business plan, like for a lot of businesses, is I learnt this in business classes. A lot of businesses they just shell off like $1,000 that they have to get rid of towards advertising everywhere. Just advertising it literally everywhere. And the thing is, that's not a good business plan. You should advertise towards people that will actually buy the
Yeah,
thing.
you gotta advertise the diarrhea.
That is clearly what these toilet people are doing. They are just shelling off this money towards
toilet people.
putting the ad on literally whatever they can get the ad onto, right? So now people are getting this ad. I'm sure that a lot of people like us who watch content that similar to what we watch are getting the same ad. But the thing is, they're not advertising towards people who will actually buy the ad, buy the product.
Some
you
guy-
know?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing is there is a scientific basis under this because
Yeah.
it's more expensive to have a targeted specific ad to to the 15 people.
Well,
that will
no, it's
actually
not.
buy it.
It's actually not more expensive to have a very specifically made ad. See, because you'd be spending less money getting the ad out there because you're only targeting towards this very specific parameter.
But then you have to try and find the people that are going
Exactly.
to
You're
be...
putting more effort into advertising. But the thing is, while you're putting more effort into it, you're going to get better like coverage for your ad and therefore more likely to get more sales.
But did you see
So-
that thing? This
Yeah, so
guy
what-
paid YouTube to advertise. I think it was his Minecraft Let's Play on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, no.
Like-
Sometimes you get ads that are just an 11-minute video that
Yeah,
someone
sometimes
posted.
it's just someone's video. Just-
Yeah. I'm so glad that they're skippable though.
Yeah.
Imagine if they weren't.
Well,
Well,
I
I would
would-
just go back and refresh.
I would
The only
refresh
good
the
kind
page.
of that was this company. It was you might have seen it.
I
It was
get a
like
lot
on
of-
Tumblr and stuff. It was this
Yeah.
I think a 4-hour or something ad
Yeah.
of like
Oh,
a
the
lawn.
guy just sitting on his lawn. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like
I saw
the
that.
thing is, that's like comedic.
Yeah.
So
It's like surreal experimental comedy. That
Yeah.
video.
it made people interested.
The
in
person
product.
actually watched the full 4-hour
Yeah, I
video as
know.
well. It was weird. But like, yeah. Sometimes I just get an ad that is someone's Let's Play on a mobile game.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's so weird. And the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
is,
I've seen that.
like, these people are making enough money that they can advertise somewhere, but their content is very badly made. The audio quality is shit, and there's no like good production value. Yet, I never heard of this channel before. Yet they're clearly making enough money that they can advertise their Let's Play videos.
Or their daddy's rich enough to allow them to.
No, they look old enough that they're living on their own. So
Yeah, but you
thing
know,
is, yeah,
if you make
Minecraft Let's Plays
Minecraft
make so
Let's
much money.
Plays-
Yep. Sky does Minecraft, owns a mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
The fuck?
Yeah.
I would.
I've got a hypothetical for you boys.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 10 duck-sized horses?
I have
Fuck
heard
you.
this.
10 duck-sized horses. You
Yeah.
can kick them.
Yeah,
But
they're horses.
they're cute.
Okay.
And they're
okay.
cute.
Okay.
It's like pony times a million.
Replace
What-
the horses. Replace the horses with bears
Oh boy.
or lions. Bears. I'll go with bears.
Are they
had-
as
I've had-
strong as
I've had
like a
my
big
I've
bear?
had my
in
fair-
relation to their size, they are about they don't. It's not Ant-Man rules where they retain the same strength that they would have if they were normal size.
Because bears are pretty vicious, but
Yeah.
if they were small, like there are some small animals that will, like,
You're fighting 10 of these moderate, like these are almost cat size as well. You're
no,
fighting
no,
these 10.
well,
they're
how
ducks.
big's
They're
the
basically just Wolverines.
How big's the duck?
You're fighting 10 small bears, almost cubs,
Yeah.
if anything, but they're
Yeah,
full-grown
but if
bears
we're
the
looking
size
at
of
a bear-sized duck, you're not gonna be able to do any damage to it.
I mean, is it?
are we dealing with
is it
horses and
aggressive?
bears here,
Is
or
it
horses and
aggressive?
ducks?
I'm gonna go with bears.
bears and ducks.
Bears and ducks.
Is it aggressive?
So a duck-sized bear or 10 bear-sized ducks?
Ducks are aggressive.
Ducks are pretty.
Ducks are aggressive, but they
Ducks
don't have
are rapists.
claws.
Like it.
Ducks are rapists. Ducks are
corkscrew
Weinsteins, okay? Ducks are Weinsteins.
Yeah, but I don't have a
Dolphins are
corkscrew
more-
vagina. They're not interested in me.
Okay, but this
Dolphins
bear
would
size.
go for you.
My
This
boy
bear-
pussy is a straight line.
Shut up. This bear-sized duck could eat you.
It would have been different if it was a
Why
goose.
would it? Ducks don't
Geese
eat.
are way
It
more
could
terrifying.
though. It could bite your head off.
Oh, like hippos are vegetarian, but they still eat.
Regardless of this duck being a vegetarian,
They'll eat
it's
people.
being threatened by you. You have to fight this duck. The duck
The 10
is going to fight you regardless
The
of if
10
you want to
duck-sized-
fight back.
The 10
alright?
duck-sized bears.
Do I get a weapon?
No,
Fists
your fists.
and feet and your nose.
I would still say. I would.
That's unfair.
I would still. I mean, is this like in an arena or is it just like in an open field?
Open
Colosseum.
field.
Because then I would fight the 10 bears and just try and single them all out.
Yeah.
You do it from a
Because-
tree.
Well, no, like just try and run around so like the pack leader can come out. I can punt him, run a bit more, just keep punting some bears.
Do they have
rather than
duck
having a
speed or
fucking
bear
huge
speed?
duck.
What type of shoes am I wearing? That's important.
If you have
Gucci.
stow-cap boots,
Gucci.
I'm not
Gucci
I'm
mate.
not putting my Gucci at risk.
part of
You
the
just
Gucci
get killed by the
gang.
duck then.
Yes.
What?
It's like when you bring Gucci into this, it's just it changes the whole thing.
All right.
I think you'd probably have a better chance of outrunning the bear-sized duck than the 10 duck-sized bears.
What if you just like ride it and tame him and become friends and have an animated musical adventure?
Do you want to hear the worst hypothetical I've ever been told?
Go for it.
It's like, would you rather watch your parents do it every month or participate once a year?
Oh,
I'd rather just like
I
I
don't want to.
participate once a year. Okay,
You
fine.
have to
Participation.
touch them.
you know what I
Wait,
would
wait,
do? I
wait,
would
wait. You mean
scream.
participate with them?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
I think it was actually. I think it was actually.
meant.
I
I
think it
thought
was.
he meant just participate. Like you're only allowed to have sex once a year, just in general.
No.
Oh no, that
Yeah.
he means that you with
Participate
them.
with them? No.
I think. I think the
I'd
actual thing
watch.
was like watch once a week.
If you watch once a month, you'd get used to it.
Yeah, if it's like
I don't think you'd
if
be
it was
able to get-
weekly, you just get used to it. It's like okay, whatever.
I don't think you'd get
Yeah,
used
but
to having
still.
sex with your parents.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're like a zookeeper, you would see some animals do it,
Yeah.
and you'd just be like, part of the job.
Hey,
now
forget about it.
replace parents with monkeys. Just
Oh, I
a
would
pair
watch
of
it every
monkeys.
day.
I thought you were about to say I'd participate every day.
But the thing is, you don't have like an emotional attachment to the monkeys necessarily. But if
Yeah.
Are
it's
they
your
making
parents,
funny noises?
Yes. The thing is, they have sex considerably more violently than humans.
No,
do.
you know what?
Well,
A hilarious
maybe.
thing.
Yeah.
I think it's.
well, I
they
think
don't-
that's just because in those cases, one of
I
the
thought the
monkeys
only
doesn't want
other-
to do it.
Oh.
I thought the only other animal that derived pleasure from sexual intercourse was dolphins.
All animals derive pleasure from it, but there are only some that do it like for
For
fun.
the pleasure.
Yeah, there are only some that seek it out as in like a thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not just for procreation.
Yeah,
They do it because
I've got listener emails for us.
Hey!
Yeah,
I'm
I think that'd
so
be fun.
excited.
That'd be fun. Let's stop talking about animal sex.
I mean, do we?
And then the first email.
Yes.
I've been fucking a
Out
skunk.
of curiosity, are your parents
Okay.
home yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
I'm just testing if this is still picking
Yeah,
us
it's
up.
still good.
We're leaning back too far. Okay,
Yeah,
first,
I'm the one that's causing the major spikes. in
listener
wavelength.
emails. Our first listener email comes from Cat Lover ZXCV.
Yes.
whoa! Can I get
Ben's favorite YouTuber. Cat Lover says, "Hi uncles, I love your podcast. I have a question for you. Who is your celebrity crush?" From Cat Lover ZXCV.
my celebrity
What a lovely
crush is
person.
Cat Lover.
Yeah,
The biggest celebrity.
No, legitimate. Who is your celebrity crush? Ben, you go first.
At
Is it the girls of Chaim?
I really do like I like Danielle Chaim, but right now,
Doesn't have to be a woman.
it doesn't.
Henry
have to
Cavill.
Bob Hoskins.
be. No, right now
Henry Cavill's
it's,
pretty. I think it's hard for someone not to have a crush on Henry Cavill, though.
Well, I'm not gay.
But
so-
yeah, but
You don't have to be gay to like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
at the
But-
moment
But wait, that Tim Allen though.
it's Nancy Wilson from Heart.
Ooh.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know.
I
Do you know
just
the
say
song
ooh
Barracuda?
no matter what.
I'm not. Ooh,
Bob Hoskins.
I'm gonna look it up.
Both Mario and Luigi from the 1993 Super Mario Bros.
You're
film.
taking both.
Yes.
But Luigi.
Young Nancy.
No,
Wilson.
Mario.
Mario.
That just sounds like he's mid coitus.
Mario.
Mario.
Mario, please.
This isn't even. You're not even doing an impression based on the movie. You're just doing an impression based on the cartoon.
Of the other Luigi.
Hotel Mario cartoon.
What's that? What's
Mario!
that tremble for?
Look what I made! That's a stone, Luigi. You didn't make it. It's a football. I chiseled it.
Regulation size.
You have a
Toss us a
you have a
throw.
little spaghetti on the overalls.
It's not. Well, but not.
Is he
But
making
not.
this Mario Luigi fan fiction over here?
Fuck you, Luigi.
You got a bit of spaghetti in your mouth, Mario.
You got a bit of spaghetti on your. Well, no. He's
Well, you
like,
gotta pass the sauce on your shirt
Nice of the princess
Well, he's
to
like-
invite us over for some dinner.
for
Hey,
some
Luigi,
puckers.
Hey, Luigi.
I hope she made
Lots
lots
of spaghetti. But the thing is that you're the thing that you're making fun of. That is his voice isn't like, you got a little spaghetti on your overalls. It's like you have a little spaghetti on your overalls.
Because it's a
Well,
completely
fuck you,
different
Luigi.
dude.
There's like a whole bunch of different Mario
And
voices
then there's
you can do.
the
It's
not
like the
mustachio
guy-
There's
Luigi
like 4 Mario voices you can do. I like how we've gone from talking about celebrity crushes
Yeah,
to
cat
Mario
lovers just like,
impressions.
please.
Before I talk about mine, I just want to state that there are 4 Mario voices that you can do. You can do the "It's me, a Mario."
Charles Martinet.
Charles Martinet. Then there's Bob Hoskins Mario, who's like, "Hey, I'm Mario." It's like the
what about
deep.
Captain
That's like
Lou
the
Albano?
Fucking Wario.
And then there's Captain Lou Albano, who's like, "Oh fuck you, Luigi. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die."
Talk to your priest, your rabbi, your mum.
Yeah,
I
and
thought-
then there's the Hotel Mario one. Is like, it's nice for the princess to invite us for dinner, eh, Luigi?
And then there's the fifth Vinny Mario.
Oh, well, Vinny Mario is like an impression of all 4 of them
Yeah.
combined.
Hey, Mario!
Bignot.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd say currently my celebrity crush would be Anya Taylor-Joy. She's incredibly
Can
pretty.
I see her?
Yes.
Show me.
Junie from Spy Kids 1.
That's disgusting.
And only
She's
Spy
like-
Kids 1.
She's like 14 in the
She-
film.
Ju-
He said
is the male
Junie. He said
character.
Junie, you dipshit, not Carmen.
That's even worse. He's younger than that.
This is Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, and she's a very good actress as well.
Oh yeah.
I love
Blood on her mouth. Very
Yeah, the
pretty.
blood in her mouth one comes up.
Who's the French lady that grinds on Karen Farrell in The Lobster?
Is that Lee Seydoux?
I don't know, I don't speak Spanish.
No, she's not the. No, she's not the maid in that movie. Lee Seydoux is a maid in a different movie.
Is she in Inglourious Basterds?
She's in Inglourious Basterds, yeah. Not a maid in that movie, but she's in that movie.
She's one of the La Petite
yeah.
daughters.
I don't know who the maid from
The small
Lobster is.
daughters.
Or actually,
No,
yeah.
that's La Petite.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the
let's-
small.
Yeah, but La Petite is a family name.
It's, still
It's
means
not
the
petite.
small.
It's
No,
not
it's,
petite.
Oh, it's not petite?
No,
It's not petite, it's petite.
Oh, petite.
It's
Okay.
not petite, it's petite.
And P-A...
They say in American. It's like, hey, we want to go over to see La Petite.
The petite.
La Petite.
Anyway, I've got another listener
Bonjour,
email.
monsieur.
I've got Aurora Borealis, and then is
Oh, I thought that was the entire
that's
email.
the subject. That's the subject.
Aurora
the-
Borealis.
That's the subject of it. The actual content of the email is just the letter A.
Hey!
Hey!
That's from Kevin Sampire,
course it
my
is.
good buddy Kevin.
Oh, the weeaboo.
He'll know
Here's
what
an
that is.
actual listener email from Matthew Limberg, my friend from America.
America.
To whom it may concern, I love the podcast. I enjoy hearing your sensual voices on my way to and from work. Keep doing what you're
I knew
doing.
you were going to do this.
Okay, so that's not even a question. It's just him saying that he loves the podcast.
No, that's a request for us to keep doing what we're doing.
He wants you to
James,
do
do
ASMR.
some. James, do some sexy ASMR on the microphone for the next 5 minutes.
Get me
oil.
excerpt from 50 Shades of Grey.
It's free real estate.
No, get me an excerpt from 50 Shades of Grey.
not
That's a
looking that up.
stone, Luigi.
Wanna
Not into the microphone.
make up some Mario Luigi
Fanfic ASMR.
fan fiction.
Mario.
That's all I need.
Actually, no. Okay, well, make up a like a fan fiction between Mario and Bowser.
That's just the end of Mario Odyssey.
Mario, I didn't realize you were the princess all along.
Bowser notice his bulge. Oh, what's this?
Mario,
Is that your pipe I see?
is that your mushroom?
Is it your
Is it going to make you grow bigger?
No, it's going to make you grow bigger.
Oh,
Hey!
Mario.
you don't know what you're doing to a poor Koopa.
Poor Koopa.
I don't have much money. Please, Mario.
But he's the king.
I've been losing all my money while I'm creating these worlds for you. I've been letting you collect it for me. Can you bring it back? Can you give me my money, please?
I'm
No,
not you
it's
anymore.
me. Every time I collect 100 coins, I get another life.
I want to tell you, I will
I want you
never
to give
come
me
in
your
another
life,
castle.
Mario.
It is very painful to be having so many lives. Please let me die.
So just
No, but Mario, I want you to share your lives with me.
Wait, I've got an honest
I don't know how to do that.
I've got an honest question for you guys that I want you to think about, okay?
Okay.
With inflation,
Oh god.
No.
Is
Yeah,
this this currency or is this?
just like with as the Mario economy changes,
Okay.
Oh
does,
right.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Good.
does he require more or less coins for a life?
I don't think there's any inflation in the Mario. I think the currency
Did you
stays,
guys think it was
stays
like
the
one
same.
of those?
I think there was a game theory video where they tried to.
Yeah, but who cares about MatPat?
Hey guys, game theory, you're stupid.
Oh,
It
okay.
depends
No
on
clips.
whether there is a Mushroom Kingdom mint.
Mario's
that
not
continues
actually
to mint
Italian.
New coins.
But that's just a theory.
He's actually first generation American. He's born in Brooklyn.
No, that's only in the movie. Only in the movie is he's born in
He's
Brooklyn.
born in Brooklyn in the
He's
Mushroom
the most
Kingdom.
like non-racist person. He's a Japanese character who's Italian,
Voiced by
who's
an American.
voiced
I'm
by an
just
American.
like I'm picturing now someone like. I know it's a bit cocky of me, but someone like animating this, like that bit where I said the one Mario, and it's just like casual animation of us just sitting on a couch, and then it turns into anime, and it's like Luigi just going, Mario.
And then we just burst into laughter.
Yeah.
Just that one Mario was all I needed.
Yeah, but
I'm done.
like, there's no talented animators who listen to this, as far as I know.
I'd love for people to animate segments of this podcast. It would be amazing.
I'd love for people to draw one still frame on a napkin and mail it in.
Yeah, or you could do that.
Yeah, but we don't have a PO.
I think-
box,
I
and we
think-
also don't have the money.
Or
for
just
that.
give him Nick's address. Tell you where he lives.
Yeah, but that's mine too.
He lives at 69 Cool Street.
Well, I think
Don't tell people.
The 69 Cool Street.
That's actually a street, 69 Cool Street.
Yeah.
my address is 123 help.
Well, it wasn't stolen from any other popular YouTuber.
Well, I might as well steal his jokes. He's not making any new ones.
Oh!
That's right, JonTron.
Get
Please-
wrecked. Get
please-
wrecked.
Please come on the podcast.
Yeah, reply to me, JonTron.
This
Fight me.
800
Would you
sub
rather-
channels calling out
Would you
JonTron.
rather-
Would you rather fight JonTron or
100 JonTron
Would
size.
you rather-
Would you rather fight one John-sized Jacques or 10 Jacques-sized Johns?
Well, Jack is laser vision, and like he's just.
Yeah, I would not. I would rather fight 10 tiny Johns than
I would want to fight.
giant robotic bird.
No, I would want to fight
With
the,
laser
the
vision.
John-sized Jock just so I could attempt to befriend them. Because having a giant bird would be amazing.
You mean the John-sized
Yeah,
Jack?
but Jack is like will kill you.
No, attempt to befriend.
Yeah,
I know it's futile, but I'll
He's
attempt.
programmed.
I am attempting.
Thank you for that. I think that's a good place to end the podcast, to be honest.
I love how like we didn't actually commit to all the subjects we were going to talk about.
It feels nice to branch off more organically.
We started.
We were way
It's a guideline. It's like the bones, and then
Yeah.
just the legs become way too big.
Yeah,
We were too busy talking over James.
we brought James on for his sultry molasses-like voice, and yeah,
Hey.
he didn't actually get to
I
talk
got
that
that.
much.
Just give him 5 minutes of just him and his voice.
Yeah, it'd be good to get you back on in like a
I'm
future
happy to,
episode.
man.
Yeah,
We'll
definitely.
bring you back.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be like a weekly regular or whatever.
Yeah,
Not
mate.
weekly, but like 7th episodely or whatever.
yeah, maybe.
7th episode. Assume that we're gonna do another 7.
Yeah.
I
have confidence.
I have confidence that we'll do at least 20.
I enjoy
100.
doing it. I just don't think we've got like the attention span to do it because it seems that we do a couple of one sort of thing and then go.
Maybe if you actually committed to doing it every 2 weeks, we'd have the actual drive to make more episodes.
Oh, last week we sort of went, hey, are you available? And we went, no, none of us are. And we went, okay.
I was available.
I was. But I'm like, I would like, if I could make podcasting my living, I would. Like, if I could get onto like Maximum Fun Network or whatever.
You should do like a YouTube channel where you read things.
I would.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
could,
lazy.
I'll send you shit to read.
Yeah.
that you have no business
All the
reading.
weird erotica.
yeah, man.
The weed erotica?
Weird
Weird
erotica.
and weed.
and
The
weed.
weird weed erotica.
Weird weeb erotica.
Get high in the Nihon and touch each other.
Yeah.
Did you say get high, get e-hon?
Get
Get the honning starting.
get high in the Nihon and touch each other.
He's talking about Japan.
Oh boy.
That I'm talking about weird weeb erotica.
Okay. How do you guys normally finish off the podcast?
Well, I normally finish it off by saying, if you guys want to follow us on Twitter at Tempuncles, go ahead and do that. Send us listener emails at tempuncles@gmail.com. James, do you have anything you wish to promote?
I believe in you.
Do you want? You can do it.
Luigi. I'm sorry. I promote
Good health.
good health.
Peace.
Do not smoke the tobacco.
But smoke weed
Smoke weed
every day.
every day.
Do a dramatic reading of We're Number One to end the podcast with.
Okay.
Bring up the lyrics. and
I'll
we'll
bring
get
up,
you
bring up the
going.
lyrics and
I'll
I'll do
bring
it.
up the lyrics of We Are Number One. I'll get you to do a dramatic
Now listen.
spoken
closely.
word reading of it. So
Okay.
you be the real Robbie. We'll be the not real.
Are we
Robbies.
doing this
Real
seriously or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
so.
every bit seriously. Okay.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Are you a real villain?
Well, technically, nah.
Have you ever caught a good guy, like a real superhero?
No.
Have you ever tried a disguise?
Nah.
All right. I can see that I will have to teach you how to be a villain.
A villain.
Be a villain.
Shut the fuck up.
Go closer to the mic.
Okay. Hey. We are number one. Hey. We are number one. Now, listen closely. Here's a little lesson in trickery. This is going down in history. If you want to be a villain number one, you have to chase a superhero on the run. Just follow my moves and sneak around. Be careful not to make a sound. Shh. No. Don't touch that. Ha. 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 Now look at this net that I just found. When I see go, be ready to throw. Go.
Throw it at him, not me!
Let's try something else. Now watch and learn. Here's the deal. He'll slip and slide on this banana peel. Ha, ha, ha. What are you doing? Hold on, I can do this bit. Bada bidly.
What? Where does it say that?
Ba Billy ba 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 ba.
We are number one.
I can't do that bit seriously. Bada bidly bidly ba ba.
Billy
We are number one, hey. We are number one, hey. We are number one.
Hey. Well, that's it for this episode of the Temporary Uncles podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. If you listen to this all the way through, type in Baba Bidley in the comment section below. If you're listening to this, on iTunes instead, go to the YouTube channel and type Baba Bidley in the comment section.
That's all we want.
That's all we want from you. Just acknowledgement that you listened to this all the way through, and not if you skipped to the end, because what would be the point anyway?
Well, I don't know how they would know to skip to the end to hear Baba Bidley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening.
Adios. Baba Bidley.
Baba Booey.